They say that when you do acid and shrooms, you got to be with people that you very much enjoy, that make you laugh, make you feel good, or else it's going to be a bad situation. Yeah, and I feel like that's
I can't even smoke
so
with certain
true.
people.
Yeah, that's true. Smoking with certain people absolutely sucks. When you get one person in the group that nobody wants to smoke with, and they join, and the conversation, you can't talk about certain things, ruins the vibe. I hate that. But I've never heard as positive things about acid that I've heard about shrooms. Like now when I scroll on TikTok, I see so many therapists or psychiatrists on TikTok being like, why shrooms are great for anxiety. And I'm like, oh.
That's what I'm saying. It's that new wave. It's that Oregon shit.
That new age shit, baby.
I am more open to... I don't know if this is going to sound right. More open to drugs than I am with alcohol. Like I would rather
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
Like, well, weed is not a drug, but like, say you were like Rhea, like, let's go out and roll. Let's do some Molly, or if you were like, let's do shrooms, I would do that in a second. Whereas like drinking, I'm not like pumped up about it. Like, I'm not like, let's fucking get fucked up.
With certain drugs, you can do them in different settings that you don't think. Like people say like, oh, let's go out, get fucked up and do Molly. It's like, you don't have to do Molly only fucked up at the club.
I could do Molly in my house.
My favorite
I feel like
time.
I can do it doing the podcast.
Yes.
That'd be fucking
my favorite time that I've ever done Molly literally was like at my friend's birthday beach weekend getaway, and we were like dosing our cups, and we had the best. It was just like girls laughing and chilling on the beach. It was the time of my fucking life. Like we had the best time. So fun. And I was like, this is the best. Like, why would I ever like be doing this in a club where I'm sweating and thirsty and want to die?
Yeah.
This is the real shit. But I want to ask your guys'
thoughts. We have to go on a vacation.
We really do.
And just do Molly.
I think we need to go away for like a month. And
let's go to Oregon and just fucking rip shit up.
Do all kinds of drugs, except not, like we said, not the scary ones.
Yeah, we know. Yes.
Yeah.
I speaking of scary drugs, though, I want to ask your guys' opinion on the drug that is kind of the hotness. There are two drugs that are a little bit the hotness. One, DMT, I know nothing about. I want to ask you in a second. But before that, ketamine. Ketamine.
Okay.
That's like the TikTok sound.
First of all, I think of Succession. I don't know why, because
I think they
Kendall thinks he's going to do coke, but then it's ketamine.
Mojo.
Yeah.
And I also think of how Whitney Cummings is like prescribed ketamine.
Yeah.
And I don't know why or how. I don't really understand ketamine.
For those who don't know,
it's
essentially that. It's like it's like a borderline muscle relaxer, but not quite. I mean, I can look at, no, it's fine. I don't need to really get into it. It's supposed to like slow you down and calm you down in small doses. It can be treated for like anxiety and things like that, but it's not everybody will like treat you with ketamine. It's a whole thing. But now it's become like a party drug in clubs and shit. And so I have tried it a couple times. First time I tried it, I was like, I'm not sure.
So
I won't do it.
So so here's the thing. I tried it.
I want that out there.
A club. I tried it at One Oak.
I'm not with the K.
I am not with the K.
I was with my friends and we like went to this back room. We like, did some ketamine, whatever, come out. And I didn't know what to expect. I just knew, I was like, whatever, like my friends all the time, and he's always at the club, so it must be fine. After like 20 minutes or so, I was feeling great, but not like I wanted to be at the club. I was like, I would love to be on my fucking couch right now. Like this is, like I was kind of swaying along. Yeah. I didn't necessarily, the thing that happens to you apparently if you take too much is you fall into a K-hole. I've never had that happen to me, but people say it's actually awful. So I don't know because I haven't taken enough of it. But I like went home after it. Like it was like 20 minutes later, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go home because I would like to just chill right now. Like I feel relaxed and I want to take advantage of feeling relaxed. I feel because I don't feel relaxed so often. So I understand why people can get it prescribed for anxiety because I did feel great. Yeah. But then I don't know what it's like.
Do you feel like it was kind of like Xanax?
Yes, that's exactly how it felt to me. Which I love.
Yeah, no, I like Xanax. I've been prescribed Xanax, so I feel like I'm allowed to say that.
As have I. Yes, as have I.
I feel like I don't fuck with people like doing bars.
No.
Every single night, like going drinking. Like that's how you get addicted,
right.
And that's just like I like Xanax for the fact of like if I really need to calm down 100%. For anxiety, like yes, then it feels amazing.
And people forget, like yes, we're talking about drugs casually right now, but like drugs do put holes in your fucking brain.
Yes.
Like like, that happens.
There's two sides to the conversation.
Right,
drugs are fun, but also drugs can ruin your life.
They usually do ruin your life and yourself, but like people still do it. And there's not ever going to be a time where people don't do drugs.
Exactly, and it's my fucking life.
Yeah, But talking about the ketamine, I have a bunch of friends that are like cokeheads, whatever, and when they do too much coke, they'll like do a bump of ketamine to even out. Yeah, and I'm like, that's fucking
Do these people not understand that their hearts can stop? I feel like I'm coming in.
No,
like
they don't. You're right. You're right. They don't understand.
I don't fuck with those kind of drugs.
I don't like
because it's like I do
shit.
not fuck with coke, ketamine, that shit. It feels like you never know. You can take one wrong bump, and all of a sudden your life is over, and that's a
Adderall.
very scary thing. Adderall, I'll take. I'd much rather take an Adderall than do coke.
Whenever my friends are doing coke, I snort Adderall because they're like, not even that, but they're like cutting me lines, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Right. Like, and then they're like, fine, we'll give you Adderall.
Are you worried about fentanyl?
Like, yes, that is exactly what it is. It's
so
fentanyl
let me tell you.
being in, and I will say, just on the snorting Adderall aspect, I've snorted Vyvanse. Do not do that.
No,
it
don't.
Burns your nose.
So does Adderall. I thought so. I like when people snort Adderall. I'm like, ouch, because I have snorted Adderall like once in my life when I was a freshman in college, and my like roommates at the time and guy friends were like, yeah, let's snort some Adderall, and I was like, ooh, crazy college, and it fucking hurt with the beads. Yeah, it fucking hurt.
Oh, see, I don't.
No, it hurt.
Like I got a nose.
My nose was bleeding for like days. But anyway, but the coke thing is, I went to an affluent college where cocaine was very prevalent. Everybody, and I was saying this before to you guys, like, I don't know at what point overnight suddenly everybody did cocaine, but it was like overnight. It was like, oh fuck, okay.
I hate it, honestly.
And it's a little much. And
Same.
so
I don't like coke.
And so
Neither
like
do
I
think it's a scary thing.
It gives me like a fucking migraine. So I'm out on it. Like, I think forever, but also, whatever. We'll see. I mean, a crazy night. But no, it's the fentanyl thing. I have now had from the same college, so many kids developed these cocaine addictions. I want to say the number is like either 6 or 7 people that I know from college that are now dead because they accidentally snorted fentanyl, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah,
I could literally list their names, like people I know.
That's why I don't
personally.
fuck with it.
It's not something
like you can't fuck with it.
And
Yeah,
you realize how many people. Molly's also very dangerous too.
Yeah.
If you buy Xanny bars from people, they cut it with fentanyl.
No, do not buy Xanax bars from anybody.
No.
If your parents have a prescription and like to give you some, then maybe take it from that. Or if you have a prescription yourself.
I think that's what happened when like Mac Miller died. People realized like it doesn't matter who you are, like it could be laced.
If he's dying from it, then we're most likely dying from what we get.
Right.
Like that's why I do not fuck with like all those things. Coke,
there was also
ketamine,
a rumor,
any of those things. I just don't. I don't think it's worth the risk that you are putting yourself in.
Same.
And because
Adderall lasts long.
Yeah.
It's no, but it really could be laced with anything, and I think it's crazy that people are so nonchalant about it.
They have
like,
testing kits. If you're gonna do it, get a fucking test kit.
People,
they do.
You just have to be responsible about. People will do coke. They'll do it with anybody. Oh, this person gave me a little baggie of coke at the bar.
Coke is like,
why are you doing that?
Coke,
like Advil.
People pass out coke like it's Advil. Literally, like if you sometimes you walk into a party and someone puts a key up your nose, like, and you're like, oh shit, hello, I'm welcome to the party.
My
like
mom
that
said
shit.
That the one time she did coke, she was way younger, and she was at like a club with her friends, and her friend like blew coke in her face.
Oh,
and
wow.
and my mom was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
People just like are so.
Wait, that's literally from This Is the End.
Oh yeah, like how does this coke smell? Does coke smell funny? Does coke smell funny? Yeah. No, that's a funny line. But I think it's a dangerous thing, but it's what goes back to what we said. Drugs are fun, but they're also highly dangerous. Yeah. Some drugs, seem like could be a cool thing and that it doesn't really ruin as many people's lives. Other ones, very dark.
Did you guys ever hear this rumor? This is what went around after like I think 3 or 4 of those people I mentioned before died within like 4 months of each other. And the rumor was that drug dealers will sometimes purposely lace their coke with fentanyl in order to see how far their like selling reach is going. Like they'll read the news. I don't know where I heard this. But yes, and they're like,
it's more addictive, so they come back.
Yes,
if they don't die
it's like
from
that.
It. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so they can see like if they hear news reports of like kids or someone dies or overdosing of fentanyl, whatever. They're like, oh, okay, I've made it to like 3 states away or something, some shit like that. It's like almost like a calling card. Yeah,
I've heard that about a lot. Of,
and
like,
I obviously
places.
I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I heard that on several accounts, and I wonder if it is true. But it makes me. It's like drug dealers are so fucking sketchy,
drug
man. They're
are
so
sketchy.
sketchy.
I think that.
So sketchy.
I don't know if I could say this. The person that my sister, we can cut. The person my sister gets her weed from and like edibles and shit, I'm convinced he's lacing it. Like, I don't know. I have this weird, because I think he sells other drugs. And I have this, because anytime I eat any of her edibles, it's like the worst experience of my entire life compared to like if I get an edible from somebody else.
Yeah.
But when I get it from her, it's like my life is over. Like
I feel like maybe that's her. She's doing that to you.
Yeah,
my sister's drugging me.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's fucked up though that drug dealers are doing that. That's a whole other. It's a scary
crazy.
thing. Drugs being laced is scary.
It's really nuts. But but also with moving on from like ketamine and cocaine, the DMT thing. I know that's like a new hotness. Whatever. That's Army Hammers.
I heard a crazy story.
DMT.
I know nothing about it. Do you guys know
somebody
DMTs?
who makes DMT.
Everyone makes it. That's what my story is. And usually people literally put it in jewel pods and shit and smoke it.
What is it?
This is the story that I have. My friend went to OSU, and her senior year, she was friends with like the nerds, whatever. They were all biochem majors. But they were like drug addicts. Like they did so many drugs, and they figured out how to make DMT because they were fucking like lab rats, and they made DMT, but they didn't want to try it. So they asked her, they were like, do you want to be the guinea pig? And she can barely smoke weed, so she was like, no. So they had her other friend go in, and he did. They like vaporized it and smoked it. And what basically DMT does to you, it makes you feel like you're tripping for days, like weeks, but it's only like 6 minutes long. So this kid that did it, he thought he was on a desert island for 3 days. He was tripping for 6 minutes. Like he snapped out of it, and he was like, that was 3 days, and it's 6 minutes, and it's like a horrible it could be an amazing experience. Like maybe you go somewhere fun,
you see aliens. Miley, I feel like I heard Miley Cyrus talk about it on Joe Rogan, that she saw all of her different personalities come out of her in front of her face.
That's what she was taking,
and then like swallowed it back in.
Yes,
that freaks me out. I don't know if I would. I don't think I would. I think I'm too paranoid.
There's a higher version of it too. I can't remember what it's called, like DMT something else.
Yeah.
And you just disappear. Like you don't see anything. Like it's just darkness.
Wow.
Like,
oh my god.
You just get a little break from the world.
Wait, so maybe my weed was laced with DMT.
I mean, this is a crazy thing.
When I went blind and deaf and didn't see anything.
Maybe
this makes me feel like I'm no longer plugged in. Like I feel like I like when this. I was
Kelly
like,
thought she was a drug gal.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I know my shit on drugs.
Do you know ego death?
No,
like what that is. That's what like happens if you
ego
take
death.
too much, like,
I've heard. Yeah, but what does it mean?
I think it's like you're not like you're not a being anymore. You're just like in the universe, and like you don't like feel like a human. I don't really know, honestly.
I see people talking about on TikTok all the time that they've taken so much acid that they've experienced ego death.
Yes,
where they
that's
like
where I've seen
are
it on
not
TikTok, but I didn't know
a
what it
person
meant.
anymore, and that they've opened up their minds so much to the point where they don't even think like the world is real or that
like
they're
just
real.
They're just not
that,
human.
And not even like what we talked
I feel
about.
that way sometimes. I smoke too much weed, to be honest.
No, I think it's like way worse.
I'm sure.
You like don't see anything.
I mean,
like,
that
you don't
sounds
see your hands. Like you're just in the universe.
What the
That's
fuck?
fucking crazy.
That sounds horrifying. But
yeah,
like,
some people like that. Like the DMT shit. If Miley Cyrus thing kind of sounds cool, but then
like I would I would like a
something-
controlled try of DMT.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to act. That's the
It
kind of
sounds
thing.
like it fucks
I
your
don't know
brain
how
up
much.
long term though. Like that seems like a long term fucks you up.
That's that's the scary part about these drugs and like psychedelics and stuff, is that I saw some things that it's like, your brain only works at a certain capacity, but then it opens up when you try these other drugs, and it makes you think about things in a different way and makes you solve problems in a different way. But then I feel like it gets to a point where you then think you're better than everybody.
Yeah.
Like I think people who do psychedelics sometimes think they know more and are so much better than
'cause they're
everybody
like,
because
my
they've
brain's
like
more expanded.
Yeah, like I've expanded my brain a bit more than you have, and then it just becomes
When's
like
the last time you've expanded?
Yeah, like it becomes that sort of thing. So I think it's definitely something that you gotta be careful with. And by the way,
you gotta test the
legally
waters.
speaking, we are not advising anybody to do drugs.
Oh no! This
We
is not
just
a.
want
This
that
is
out
just,
there.
No, yeah,
we're speaking our own
very much said
experiences.
they ruin lives.
Yeah.